Probably forgot what exists behind the glamour and glitz. Now you playing with hammers and you swinging your fists. But you thought about what comes in a blitz from the mist. At the end of this fit, you found floating in a glint and repent. It's masochism season. You season from seeing this kind of demon. The wheezing of the heathens is breathing beneath the roar. This out of grieving. They speak his name in shame. I try to refrain caught. When the reaper feasts on your frame, you turn to grain sauce. This ain't a negotiation, just letting the pain talk. Until you're hanging from a drain, regretting your same thought.
Hey guys, welcome to the lab. Another fresh episode of Sundaze with the Clink Room. Today joined by my good friend Adam. Adam, how are you?
What's up, man? Good to see you again. Doing good.
Yes, sir.
Happy to be on.
Yes. Glad to get you on for your 16th time.
Yeah,
17th time.
I know, right?
But actual second time on the show.
Yeah.
Glad to finally get you back and on the show. You've been a great influence and a strong, positive person in the community, so I had to have you back.
Appreciate that, dude. I try.
All right. So, for those who don't know, I'm gonna post a link right here for your first time on the show, where we kind of got to know you and talked about all your favorite things and stuff like that. So, if you guys want to go back and watch the old episode, it's going to be linked above. I'll also put a link down in the comments. But in the interest of time, let's just jump right into it. So the Clink Room had themselves a pretty strong week. So the collector curator packs are back. So PJ Deek, I'm not familiar with him personally because I've been told he does not really do social media, which is fine. I'm sure he's a really strong collector for them to give him a whole pack. The reason why there's a big old Clink Room sign logo right there, that was where the 2 for $88 sale was going on, and unfortunately that sale, I believe, is over, so I had to cover that up. But initial thoughts on PJ Deek's 6-pack?
Yeah, initially, without running through them individually, this is a pretty wild pack. This is got some interesting colorways, and some I dig, some are not super my style, it's kind of just like all over the place in terms of subject matter, which is cool. Like, obviously, he definitely handpicked them, and he or she, they, whoever, I don't know a PJ either. So I like some of these designs individually for sure. So we can get into them, but it's pretty wild one. It's cool.
Yeah, I do enjoy the ones kind of like this where it's like all colorways.
For sure.
I mean, I like both ways, right? So if you're gonna pick one theme and one colorway, I don't mind those. And then here it's like you really get to play with different colors and different themes. Kind of like he went with this kind of like almost like action horror theme, almost kind of. I don't even know how to put my finger on it, but he did pick a cool set of logos. So let's kind of break them down. We got Laughing Stock, Dark Spirits, and Last Ride. Anything about these three that kind of stick out to you?
So the OG Laughing Stock is one of my favorite hats. Aurelian obviously is super dope.
Right.
The original one, all of the colors just are like super spot on to what you would see in most hyenas, right? So that one looks really good. This one, I love blue, and the black visor is dope. This is like those two color combos really work. And I love the gold chain. It looks like it's metallic from what I saw on the website and everything, but I wanted to like it more. I'm not super gravitating to the gray and light blue hyena itself. Obviously the pink tongue makes sense. So it's a super strong logo, a super cool design. The colorway wasn't really resonating with me. And Dark Spirits, I think, was like a really popular one. Originally, I don't have it. It's kind of like those voodoo kind of vibes and colors, that purple and green. So I see people post that a lot. And this one I think is clean. Pinks and red. Is that black or navy blue? I think it's black.
I believe it's navy, but let me check the website just to be sure.
Yeah, I mean, that looks cool. That vibe is good. I like those colors together. That's pretty clean. And then Last Ride, is like you said, yeah, this pack kind of has some horror, kind of like angry animal vibes, and so I guess this goes with that pretty well. That's a pretty agreeable colorway. Like, I don't know if that's Vegas, gold on top, but and then the blue and beige, whatever he's riding, that dead thing, so or whatever. So it's definitely cool. If this is your subject matter, I can see a lot of these, resonating with you.
Yeah.
Just I almost wish Laughing Stock that they kept the hyena the same color and then just went wild with the chain and the crown and
Right.
visor and stuff. But again, I'm big like into animals and stuff, and I don't know, I say purist, but it definitely prevented me from getting it. So I would have liked just a touch of the old with some crazy new. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So Dark Spirits is navy.
Okay.
I'm kind of with you in terms of the Laughing Stock critiques you gave. I think the original one had like more red and stuff. Yeah. So his tongue and the slash is more red. So this one is giving more like I guess his scar is kind of healed, I guess, a little bit, but yeah, it's still a strong logo. I don't know what they could have did. Maybe instead of like this kind of like baby blue or blue gray metallic that they use, maybe use something more with more contrast. Maybe go with like gray and black potentially.
Right.
Gray, black, white.
If like the hyena wasn't its normal color, which we know it to be, which whatever you want to call it, beige, light brown, whatever, if you went like gray with it, and then that was the vibe, I think I would have even liked that more too, because it's just clear. If it's all gray, then I can say maybe it's like a black and white picture. I don't know. My mind works better that way.
Right.
It's just the light blue on the blue crown, and then the gray in between there. I don't know. Yeah, it didn't really catch me.
Right. They're such. I don't want to be rude, but they're such ugly animals. But vicious, strong bite force, strong family ties. Unfortunately, they be scrapping lines all the time. But
dude, super smart too.
Yeah.
So the school that I went to and got the degree in animal behavior, we had a hyena, and she was a pair. Like there were two sisters, and we got one from UC Davis research facility, the college, and she had like 120 known behaviors. And she would do voluntary blood draws, like stick her paws up against the fence and everything, and her rear end for like medical. Like they're crazy smart and super buff and rough. I feel like people only know them contrasted with lions, but they're pretty dope. Like they just get a bad rap. I think they're awesome.
Yeah, strong family ties to the bonds that they have. I think part of it too is the scavenging side too. Maybe people don't like, but
but
and Lion King ruined the rep.
Yeah, for sure. Which I feel like this has ties to. But yeah, but like what? So them because they're like good survivors, Like
right.
I think it's just all in eyes. It's in the eye of the beholder, right? More for me, I'm like, dude, props. Like it sucks out there. It's tough.
Oh yeah. True. But I'm with you. Dark Spirits. I do remember a lot of people posting that kind of like the original colorway, which is more like that NOLA voodoo vibe, black, green, purple. Always like a good lime green hat. Last Ride's real cool too. Jacobo and Fitted Fanatic got together. A lot of like Warren Lotus kind of vibes with like the kind of like skull character. I believe he's riding a horse, if not a camel. But yeah, just I think the tan works really well with that kind of like dark blue. But,
yeah. It's cool Southwest vibes. I can see some Southwest feel in this for sure.
Yeah. The good thing about this pack too is like you're really not for nothing, but you're really just taking the original and flipping it to like a completely different hat. Like kind of changes the vibe of the hat completely. Almost the opposite end, whereas like Laughing Stock had a lot of red and silver, this one has a lot of blue and gold,
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But all right, moving forward. We got Alpha Hippos by Clinker Gabe, Snake Oil by Win, and then Hunter Moon by Flanagan. What are your thoughts on these three?
So I got Alpha Hippos of the group. I do like greens. I like my greens, and then I don't have the original. So this one like makes sense to me. Like obviously hippos aren't green, but just like with the dark green crown, the light green, and the visor and the design like that, it just looks really cohesive to me.
Yeah.
That's a pretty sick design. Obviously, hippos kill the hell out of people. So this makes sense. I like this. I dig it. Yeah. So I'm excited to get this one. I'm on the road right now. I'm in a hotel. If it wasn't clear, but it landed at home. So when I get home, it'll be there. I'm stoked about that one.
Nice.
And then I do like Hunter Moon. This one, obviously, I wouldn't describe as like wild. This one is pretty straightforward, very agreeable, nice colorway. I think this one's super dope. I was on the fence about this one, getting this one. I think this like new, to me, this is like what I would have liked with Laughingstock. It's like really close, a lot of the same colors from the OG, but just like really like agreeable, like can't miss, right? Like the crown, that is monotone, right? The crown and the visor.
Yeah, it's black.
On black, and then the moon is like giving him light from the back, like super clean. I think that's an awesome hat. It makes sense to me. I saw a lot of people buy that one. And then snake oil is cool too. This is another one I feel like similar to the other Win. I feel like a good amount of people like this one. The original was kind of no look colors too, right? Like purple, like purple and green.
Let me check.
I feel like it was, but if not, I kind of get that vibe from it. It's cool.
One cool.
These colors.
Yeah, those exact colors. Neon green, purple, black.
This one works well too. Those colors work well together. It's just not really subject matter like for me that I gravitate to. I'm not a big snake guy. I'm not a big skull guy, so it's not one I'm gonna like pound the table for.
Yeah. The problem with this design is that the orientation of it, it's a lot up to down. Where if it's a snake, you can kind of like almost tilt it more on a 45-degree angle, then you would get more space out of it. Like right now from far away, you can it's kind of hard to tell what that is.
Would have been the snake was like looking straight at you at the design, right? Like biting.
Yeah. Well, it's just natural. Like if your like design's more horizontally based, you're gonna have less space to cap it out. But if you tilt it, you can have more of it. So that's all. So I think that's just a design choice. I know you want to keep it almost upright because there's liquid in there or whatever, but I guess you can kind of rotate it. But yeah, that's a composition thing where you just lose a lot of the detail here where the head is. But an interesting thing too that I just looked up for the hippo one, it looks like they redigitized the logo, and I've never noticed them to do that ever. So let's just see side by side. The first one, you see how flat the embroidery is, and then the second one, you see how now it's
eyebrows and stuff. Yeah. Sinister. Okay.
So it looks like even in the skull, you can tell this is more flat, and then this has more ridges and stuff like that. It'll be interesting to see if they do more of that moving forward. Yeah. But seeing them side by side, like holy shit, they totally redigitized the whole logo.
Yeah. So I don't think the old looks bad either, though. Like,
no, it doesn't. It doesn't. But when you put them side by side, you'd probably much rather have this one.
Yeah.
But that's cool. That's something I never noticed that they did. But out of the pack for me, I showed it off last week, but I'll show it off one more time. I stuck to one. I always struggle with these fresh colorway packs. Do I grab one that I already own, or do I try to target logos that I don't own? But this one was so good. Now looking back at it side by side, it is probably the most similar to the original. They basically took the green and flipped it blue. This is a brighter shade of yellow, where I think the original was more like a cream color. But either way, Flanagan's such a good guy. This is such a A1 logo to me.
Yeah.
You could wear it during Halloween. You can wear it during fall. You can wear it any time of the year. So, very versatile hat.
Yep.
I love Flanagan's work, so I had to pick up this one, despite me owning the first one. But it's always going to be like this personal battle. Like, do we take stuff that you have already, or I think if I were to do it over, I probably would switch to Alpha Hippos like you did. But sometimes you you have to live with the choices. But I don't regret taking Hunter Moon. But
they're both really good.
Yeah, but now looking at Alpha Hippos, it's like, damn, I didn't know they redigitized it like that.
Those two are the standouts for me for sure. But like you said, Hunter Moon is just such a wearable hat. It doesn't matter the occasion because it's just all black when the logo is like subtle but strong up close. So
Right.
It's a win-win.
Exactly. All right. Moving forward, your shock drop happened yesterday. So Dead Presidents came back this time in full Vegas gold, full count studios. This is like I would say one of the iconic logos of Clink 2.0. The Fredericksburg Nationals ended up taking a modified version of this for the Copa. They did a Day of the Dead version, and as I understand it, Full Count got some type of royalty through Clink Room, through brand deals, so that's pretty damn awesome. But in terms of Clink Room, they brought back this one for a shock drop. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, like you said, one of the more iconic, recognizable 2.0 logos, but it's also one that has never really struck me. And that's probably a good thing because I'm pretty obsessive about like having every iteration or every version. So the fact that not gravitating to it means I don't have to like spring for all the different versions. Right. But I will say, of all of the ones I can think of, this one definitely seems like to make the most sense. Like this looks like a dollar bill. Like this version makes a ton of sense. And if you like this, then to me, there's no reason you shouldn't have gone for this because it looks super clean. It looks like a dollar bill. It's like perfect for the subject matter, like perfect color choices.
Yeah, I think there's 6 versions. This is the 6th version of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this might be the best one.
I think so for sure.
Yeah, it really like captures that dollar money feel.
For sure.
Great job, Casey and team for Dead Presidents. Yeah, no notes. The people who ate side patches, rejoice. They didn't put a side patch on this one. Colorways banging. Green under can never go wrong. Vegas gold. Yeah, no notes. Let's see how many are still available because I know this one would sell out a lot. Okay, so if you have a big size, you're screwed. Anything above 5'8" sold out. So any of the peanut heads, smaller sizes, you're in luck.
You're in luck.
7, 8, child size 6 and 7, 8, all the way up to 7.5. You have a chance to get it. So as of recording Saturday night. So good luck to you.
Perfect.
All right, moving forward. These next hats are up for last call, so you have until midnight Eastern to get your pre-orders in before they get sent off to production. So we got Heartstrings by Win, Tide Reaper, Gabe, Love at First Bite, Edward C. What are your thoughts on these?
Yeah, I mean, again, I feel like I've said before, I'm not a big like skull or like horror type deal, but having said that, I think it's really cool. This Love at First Bite is a really good example of like in Clink, there's like space for everyone, right? Because this is extremely unique, both in its design and the subject matter. And I think if you like that type of stuff, I think this is awesome. I think the colors work really well together. It's a really cool logo. I think this will probably turn out really legible, right, from ways away. So again, not my thing per se, but I think it's dope. And he has such a unique style. It's best when the designers are all spread out. We have a little bit of everything each week, I think. So, and then Tide Reaper is cool. This is one where I'm not that guy that goes on and like, Clink ruined the colorway again. Now I won't order. I'm not that dude. Because if I love the design, I'm going to get it. And blue is an agreeable color. This is one where, Gabe has his colors, his hues that he sticks to. And I do feel like the original one for this worked pretty well. Whereas this blue, I'm not really like feeling as much, but it's a cool logo and an underutilized type of animal, right? So that's cool. Like, I think it's cool, but I think it's the original colorway was better. Yeah, and then Heartstrings, again, not a skull guy. The colors work, kind of puppeteer skull dude with the broken heart and everything. Pretty literal. I get it, but it's not one I'll be ordering, but cool. I mean, good for him. It's dope, and the colors work well and all that stuff. So, yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I love a good Grim Reaper. I think that the subject matter is cool. Like the tugging at the heartstrings part, like it is kind of interesting. Um, Small details of it worry me, like how are they going to embroider the teeth, and why doesn't every finger have a string, or why does he have human hands as opposed to skeleton fingers? But sometimes you got to suspend belief a little bit. So I do think overall the concept's cool. I just worry about the execution of how they're going to embroider that. But if anyone's going to do it, Casey and the team's gonna do it well, I hope. Tide Reaper, I'm with you too. I don't like complaining about the colorways usually, but I don't know if I love the teal that he always uses, but that kind of like magenta under that he had, I thought was really, really fun.
For sure.
Really, really cool. And then Love at First Bite, man. Edward C. We don't see him enough. I think great artist. Just he has this like really cool, fun kind of comic book style almost. Kind of like a playfulness with the horror stuff. Like it doesn't have to get like, even though it is like gory, but it's still almost playful. So
yeah,
I think he does a great job overall. Moving forward, we got Uncle Bigfoot. Ryan Simmons and Marlon got together for that one. Shinobi Kong, Flanagan and Dome Pieces, and Trick for Treats. Flanagan again with Jake. What are your thoughts?
Okay, I'll kind of do like a sandwich here because there's one of these that, again, like I'm not gonna harp on the old colorway.
Mm-hmm.
But so first I'll start in the center. Shinobi Kong, I copped. You gotta support the homie Taylor, and of course Flanagan. And I just love Kongs. That's something I've always gravitated to. It's the mascot. It's dope. There's so many plays on it, and I do feel like Pokemon, you just gotta catch them all. So I wouldn't risk missing this one. I would love some more contrast in like the outside of his face and stuff, but because it kind of blends into that navy crown. But like navy, again, it's such a wearable color. I love it. The big thick swords. His bandana, and then and again, I'm not the biggest like camo visor dude, but again, this design is so cool. I think it's cool, and it's cool to have like a unique, like one of those unique style visors, or 2 or 3 or 10, whatever. So
Taylor loves the mono visor.
Oh, I know, I know. Like I knew it was going to be in this when I saw it, and so I just already prepped myself for it having that black camo visor. That Pencil Kong redo in the Yusuf pack, it looks good. It's cool. So no, this is dope, and very agreeable colors and everything. Like I said, a little bit more contrast on the mascot himself would have been dope, but this is dope regardless. I got that one. And then I love Trick for Treats. I think it's so fun. Those that know me, you know me, I'm a big dog dude. I just, this one hurt when they changed it. I'm definitely going to say that straight up. It's such a fun logo. It's so cool. This is like, you said Ed Weird with the playful style of horror and stuff. This is just straight up cute with like Frankenstein dog vibe. There's an old cartoon, Frankenweenie, the bull terrier. So I'm very partial to that. So this had some elements of that to it. I love it. But man, is that mint green? I just don't see it with this subject matter. It's so cute. I'll probably regret it. I'll probably get it on dead stock. Sorry guys, but I really wish it would stick to more Halloween colors and the original too. So especially because we waited so long to get it, it felt like they posted that a while ago. But congrats for getting it in. It's so cool. I'm just not gravitating towards that mint with that logo.
Yeah. It could be also like Florida Marlins old school, like teal, aqua as well. It's hard to tell with those shades, like between like the mint teals and stuff like that. Yeah, but the original had like the minty teal stuff kind of as the highlight color, and then on like a dark hat as opposed to the inverse, which is the minty teal hat.
Yeah,
with white outline. But
if it's on the accents, I'm cool with that because they're so less predominant, right? But as the crown, I don't love that, but it's so cool. So congrats, guys. I know they waited a while to get that in too.
Yeah,
Uncle Bigfoot is fun. Ryan is so awesome. I've been trying to work with him forever. Unfortunately, nothing I send him it gravitates to. So for all of you out there that think that once you get some in, you just start hitting up people. Nah, it doesn't work like that. So sometimes, which is good. I like that he's honest, but I'm gonna keep bugging him, and he might not like it. But he's a designer where he puts something out, I tend to gravitate to it. I like his style. He's really good on the show too, by the way. I know you know that, but he's so awesome when he's on Sundays. The way he discusses art and design and shape and all that. He's so knowledgeable and fun, and without being any type of condescending, or he's just so knowledgeable. Really cool when you pick his brain. So he seems like a cool dude. Love to work with him. And then Marlin, I'm one of those Marlin stands. It's gonna have to be pretty odd for me to not dig one of his native designs. So I also got this one. Colorway is perfect to the subject matter. It's funny. It's cool. So yeah, I got those two, Uncle Bigfoot and Shinobi Kong of these 6.
Yeah. They did such a great job too for choices, right? So that Bigfoot picture silhouette is just so etched in our brain, but they made such a good choice to take it from a full body to a 3/4. That way you really get the detail of the face, and it's not muddy, and you can still see it and know what it is from far away. So just a really strong design choice from them. And yeah, Ryan Simmons, man, can't say enough good things about him. He did the premiere episode of the masterclass where he came on and talked silhouettes and the importance of poses and all that stuff. So yeah, if you ever want to go back, I implore any upcoming artist to take note, because he, in terms of animation and stuff like that, he's done it all. So shout out to Ryan Simmons for sure. One of the best
artists, but collaborators too, because we throw out ideas, and sometimes we shoot for the stars, right? And it's not always sensible. So I think it's actually really helpful hearing him speak in terms of what, like you said, 3/4, right? That's a perfect example of exactly what this is from far away, from close, whatever. It was just for him, it's probably a no-brainer, that choice, right? But we don't always pursue things like that. So I think just in general, even if you're getting into this world and this realm and you want to dab a little bit more, collab, it's just good knowledge. It makes you rethink stuff and retool images and everything. So I think it's cool for everyone, but I would imagine definitely for designers.
For sure. All right, moving forward. These next 20 designs we're going to cover are up for Monday Morning Critz on Monday. So anything that you see, make sure you guys vote early and often Monday morning on the Clink Room story to help the design you want to get through to the pre-order shop. So we're going to start off with Mascade. Il Ibarra. What are your thoughts here?
This is a lot. Yeah, this is a lot. I know we have a big Japanese following with respect to subject matter. And for me, I'm kind of it has to really strike me. It's not something I'm usually just gravitating to. So I think that this is just two kind of conflicting things. I think I get the pun, but I think then just make that, for me, if it's Mascade, just make we don't need the the cherry blossoms and the sword and the sun and the circle. Have that be the centerpiece. And I think that those buttons and everything, you could not even make them bigger, but if it was centered, you could even play around with something on the screen too. Maybe maybe the sword could be in the screen if you wanted to incorporate another Japanese style, or the tree, right? But this feels conflicting to me, two different things, and I feel like it's kind of busy. And also too, the right side, or my right, our right, that seems kind of more scenic and beautiful. Whereas the arcade, the Mascade, seems funny and goofy. So I also feel they're not vibing with each other. Individual elements are cool. I get the pun. I would just take one of the pieces out and focus more. If it's Mascade, then focus on the arcade piece with the mask.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you. It's almost a dual. It's two different things mashed together. You could even take the sword and the cherry blossoms and stuff and use that as the branding for the side of the arcade machine, or even the screen of what's on the screen, and kind of go from there. But yeah, as it stands, it's just a lot of stuff kind of mashed together. Art wise, it's cool. It almost feels like two different artists did it. One side is kind of this wispy, almost wood blocky style artist, and the other side's more of a illustrative artist, comic ish kind of piece. But I just feel there needs to be some work to make this kind of cohesive and work together. It's you have so many blank areas that you could have, put some branding on it, the top of top of the machine, the side of the machine, you know, inside the screen. There's so many things you could have did
Totally.
to kind of extend it. But I almost prefer the art on the right.
Yeah.
The art on the left, but you know, yeah, good start. Number 2, we got Jaw Drop by L. Maxton. I'm not familiar with their work, but let's get your initial thoughts while I kind of pull up their profile.
Yeah, same. Never heard of L. Maxton, but it's fun. It's cool. Yeah, it's got no pun intended. It's got some good bones. I don't know that on its own, it's something that I'm really, you know, struck by. Again, no pun intended. I'm here all night. And then the colors, like I like a good. I think like light purple like that or lavender or whatever is not always utilized. So I dig the colors. I like that it's in the cleats and on the visor and such. I would probably just, if you're gonna go for it, make the hat the same color, right? Like that blue. If that's blue for me, it looks like blue. It just kind of sticks out. Make the hat lavender too. Like I kind of make it go for broke with that color because I don't think the colors are off or anything. I think it's cool. And yeah, baseball has a huge following in Clink. Makes sense. Baseball caps. So I think it's got a good start and everything. Looking at the ribs, you know, like the ribs are a little wonky on his right side, our left, but I'm not a, you know, an anatomy expert, so maybe something with his swing and motion and stuff. But I think it's fun. I do think it's a cool, like we're getting into the right season, right? So
Right.
Halloween type ones and stuff. So I think it's a cool start. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a cool piece. Kind of fun, kind of goofy. Much like the Ryan Simmons one, where he took like a full body and cut down a 3/4. It would be interesting to see this in like a 3/4 stance instead. That way you could just take this area, just zoom it in, and get way more details. I feel like he potentially has 2 right feet. This looks like the outside of a cleat rather than the inside of a cleat. But yeah, technically I would just chop it almost in half and then just zoom in everything. That way his teeth aren't just like little bumps, and you can really get some depth and some feel within like the rib bones and stuff like that. But yeah, cool, fun piece. Yeah, I just think it suffers from just a little bit being a little bit too small by including the full body.
Yeah.
So, all right. Moving forward, we got number 3, Demigod, Flanagan, and Mr. Dome pieces. Came together for this one. This one's really interesting. It's like they took almost like what like clay pot would be and kind of embossed the design. So what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think this is cool. I think this is pretty strong and a good use of that color. Like you said, clay, just going for it. And then it seemed like, yeah, like you said, he made a strong black outline to kind of have that be a bulk or majority of the design, whereas the previous one had like that thick outline on top of the black and white for the skeleton. This has got like those, I don't know, yellow or orange, whatever those accents are to fill in armor and the end of his clothing and stuff. So yeah, I mean, it seems a little high, but obviously stuff like that, you know, they fix stuff like that. So I definitely wouldn't have the nerve to call it out and stuff, but it seems a little high. But like your point about perspective and skew, maybe 3/4, but his legs are pretty jacked. So maybe Flanagan was like, nah, we got to get those legs in there. Cause dude is a warrior. I love the cracked shield. Sword's dope. The helmet's super dope. So I think this would vote pretty well. I think this is like a strong, just looking at this is kind of a strong image. So I think it's cool.
Yeah. It's one of the things that the Clinkers end up doing, and I don't blame them for doing it, but they end up making the design super big on it so you can see the full art. Obviously, when it comes in, it's not going to be as large, but you know, it's one of those kind of like little tips and tricks that they do to.
But like you said, you can see him doing it, right? Because you're pandering right now, you're pandering to the masses,
right?
If you know it's not going to get out, why not put out the coolest product to get people hooked, right? And then you know they're going to scale it back, but you don't have to, maybe, right? So I get it too.
Yeah. You're trying to fight to get out of the pack, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, strong piece for sure. Love Flanagan's work, and yeah, shout out to Mr. Dome Pieces too.
Shout out to Taylor.
Yeah. Number 4, Witchblade 5000. Neil and 14.8 did this one. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, this is cool. It's got those NOLA colors we were talking about earlier. Strong, which I think always work really well together. I do like that it's on a black crown though, because for me it's more like I like it when it's not the entire, like the original Witch Doctor is like all purple with green and stuff, and it looks good. But I like it's like predominantly black, and then it's got a lot of purple and green. Super agreeable colorway. I think it looks super dope. Yeah, again, just like we talked about Ed Weird, Neil has just such a specific style, and I think it's awesome. I think it makes Clink more well-rounded and well-versed for getting stuff like this in. I know sometimes, at least initially, his stuff wasn't voting super strong, but I think this is like cool, and with those like voodoo colors coming up to Halloween and stuff, like the bat as a handle and the end of the skull, I feel like this could do pretty well. I feel like this is a very agreeable piece, very cool. And from a design element, sometimes less is more. So like Casey could really get funky with this and thick and chunky. So I think it's cool. I think it's well done.
Yeah, he has like almost like a sticker style, almost like sticker tattoo kind of style. Always with like kind of like almost gothic and dark stuff, or like ninjas and weapons and characters like that. So yeah, I'm always a big fan of his work. This one kind of reminds me a little bit of the simplistic nature, kind of like Ray Gun had, just like here's just a cool weapon, no real story, just want to make a cool piece. So sometimes those are needed. So
dude, Ray Gun is like one of those hats where if you don't know, like get it. Like I that would be one I would implore people to try and find and track down. It is so good. It's crazy. And so, that's a good point about how this could have that feel to it too, for sure.
Exactly. And plus Neil's such a good guy too. So
he's in UK, right?
Yeah, for sure. Witchblade 5000. Yeah, I'm linking it. All right, moving forward. Number 5, we got Drizzy Drake by Edward C. What are your thoughts on this? So the name is on purpose. I'll explain what he meant by Drizzy Drake. But yeah, what are your initial thoughts?
Or Dizzy Drake.
Or sorry, Dizzy Drake.
Yeah.
Drizzy Drake. Yeah. So this is Dizzy Drake.
Drizzy Drake. And I mean, you're Toronto. I'm like, I'm like not initially getting this, but okay, Dizzy Drake. Yeah, I'm trying, as I'm looking at this, I'm trying to like, with snakes and dragons and some reptiles, if you can get lost in the sauce per se, because I'm trying to figure out, just looking at it, like the wraparound, but he is dizzy, so
yep,
right, that goes with it and stuff. It's cute. It looks like something from like a kid's cartoon or something. This doesn't really look like Ed Weird stuff to me, at least to me. But I think it's fun. Those colors are kind of tough for me, but I think it's fun, and our reptilian fans or like fantasy, because it's dragon or whatnot, should dig it. So I think it's cool.
Yeah, I think without like a lot of shadowing and stuff, some of the face, like it gets kind of confusing where the face ends and the top of the tail goes. But basically, he's saying that a drake is a smaller wingless dragon from Norse mythology. A twisted serpent-like creature is known for terrorizing on land and sea, as well as dropping hit records. I don't know about that part, but he also claims himself to be more of a Kendrick guy himself. But Dizzy Drake, interesting. I do kind of like the fact, I don't know if it was purposeful or not, but it almost looks like an infinity sign, too.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I just think that he needs a little bit more color separation from the face somehow, because then it just looks like a kind of like a blob in the middle. But
yeah, even if you turn his head the other way, the opposite way, so it's not blended with the body, you could reduce the body or the tail a little bit to condense it, but have his face the other way so that it doesn't blend into the body, maybe give him some separation.
Right. But yeah, Ed Weird. Yeah, if you were to like make me guess, I would have thought this was like closer to a Neil piece, a 14.8 piece, than a Ed Weird piece. But yeah, it's cool to see him be active again.
Yeah.
Number 6. Speaking of Neil, Gravedigger. Kind of got this like Undertaker kind of colorway. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, this is like a huge hell yeah for me. When he initially drop this because this is the second iteration, I think, right?
Yes.
I've always been super into this one, and yeah, I mean, I love purple. I'm a purple dude, and these just like are all accented so well. I think you could put multiple things in that place of like the moon or whatever, but like cemetery, digging, grave, yeah, I get it, moon. This is one of those for me, like no notes. I love symmetry when you go for it and it works because it just looks so clean to me. This, again, simplicity. I could see this just embroidering, and I would hope they would do the shovels in like a metallic silver, or at least the accent pieces, the shine of the moon. I could just like see this. I could see this right now as it stands, and I think it would be so good. So I'm super stoked getting another lot. I could vote there. It's one I buy for, and it's not even my like type of subject matter I gravitate to. I just think it'd be so wearable all the time and clean. So yeah, I dig this one a lot. This is one of the favorite designs I've ever seen from him, for me.
Yeah. He's definitely did a good job kind of going back to the drawing board and coming up with a version 2 where he kind of added some more thickness to the pieces and adding some more contrast. He says he removed the 6-sided shape as the border. Okay, so just allowing the design to breathe a little bit more. Just Fits too out in Germany has like these famous crossbat bats, so it's kind of giving me that kind of vibe where it's just like a big X, and those sell like crazy. So
yeah.
I do like that. And then it's on top of that, it's got like the Undertaker colors, black, purple, and silver. It just reminds me of old school Undertaker. Fits the theme real well. Good job, Neil. Number 7, Honey Hustlers by Gabe. What are your thoughts here?
This is tough because I'm a big bear dude. I used to work with bears. I love bears too. That is a pretty funky visor and undervisor.
He loves his name.
But I guess if you're looking at his hat with the bandana, it is cohesive in a sense. Might not have been my first choice, but it works to that extent. I mean, it's kind of goofy. I feel like we've seen versions of because there isn't the one that he already has that exists called Honey Hustlers, where the bear is running with the beehive.
Let me look that up. I know he had that double bear.
Yeah, no, not that one. I feel like he had his one where the bear is holding the hive running.
Oh, it was singular, Honey Hustler. So this is the plural version, I guess.
All right, I don't know. Let's get a new name, Gabe.
Let's work on the names, Gabe.
Let's work on the name, or maybe Casey will just take care of that. But I mean, it's just like generally cool. I feel like this does look, to your point, this does look a lot like the double bear version with the glasses, the straight on. He's just kind of got, a Malibu's Most Wanted type of vibe going on with his backwards cap and bandana and stuff. So it's hard for me to knock bear stuff because I love them so much, but it does feel very similar to that. And then mixed with the name from the previous one. I don't know. It's not like crazy strong to me, but it's very like generally likable, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at the bear right now. It looks like he used the exact same bear.
Okay.
Added even the glasses are pretty damn close too. But I just want it to tell a better story. I feel like I get it. Bears like honey, but he's like a Malibu's Most Wanted bear or something like that. I don't understand what are we slinging here. So
yeah.
And then
he's probably trying to catch fire with the last one, right? Like catch me in a bottle. But I think for those of us that pay close attention, it feels like a little too soon or something, or like it's more recognizable that way. So I don't know that he really benefited from that.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, you were saying what, the chain?
I feel like the chain sits weird on like the pendant. Sits weird on the chain, but
I would have done the hive for the chain, man. Like if it's gonna be dripping and stuff, put the hive back in, and it could be an homage to your last piece. Change the face up from the what looks like the last version to a different type of bear, or like maybe if it's not glasses, or don't do glasses to separate it, because the hat and the bandana, okay. But then make the pendant a beehive, which would be dripping with honey or something, just off the top of my head. So.
Yeah, I would totally. I'm with you. So instead of the money sign, you do the honeycomb as a pendant. Maybe he's like smoking a cigar. Instead of smoking a cigar, he's got the wooden honey thing people use, whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
he's got that in his mouth. Just
Or what if that was his mic?
yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be sick. Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
point. The honeycomb or like the honey dipper thing. Yeah, that'd be
yeah,
dope.
honey dipper thing. I don't know. I don't know if the hat and the bandana do anything for me. Like, I don't understand, but yeah, it's a cool looking bear. I mean, it's kind of generic. It worked on his other ones, but yeah, he's just probably, like you said, just trying to catch fire and get a 2.0. But
Yeah.
like he tied his bandana so tight he lost an ear, like just small stuff. But yeah, all right, Gabe, good work. Number 8, Hex marks the spot, Italu. Okay, interesting. It's like a Halloween treasure mappy thing.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, I think this has got good. I think this is cool. Like at least initially, I think there's things that I mean, it feels a little wide and stuff, but I think for embroidery, those points in the map are looking like they might be pretty small once rendered. But I love, like the compass, the hex. Like I think this is really cool idea. Maybe take out a couple of like the points, like I don't know if it's the bats or the tree in the graveyard or what, like the cat or whatever, but maybe like to get those bigger to really embroider well, maybe like you reduce the scroll in size, and then you remove one of those, like maybe it's the tree, so that way you can condense the line and stuff. And then, I'm not crazy about the wispy, I don't know, potion or ghoulish things behind it, but they're cool colors, so I think it's got good contrast to it. I don't think it doesn't take away from me either. Again, not my style initially, but this is kind of cool. I think that other map that came out, which I'm forgetting the name of it now, I thought that looked pretty cool once it was done. So this is much more specific and got colors to tie to the theme. So, I just now noticed the pumpkins too. So there's a lot of things the lines are going through. Maybe just choose like 3 to condense the image and make it bigger and more specific and stuff. But I like it. I would go for it.
Yeah, kind of fun, Halloweeny, kind of like crafty, almost like it's like actual like scroll paper. Yeah, it's got a cool vibe to it. He did another one too. It's good to see him back. So he did another one called Count Dracula, which I hope makes it. But basically, he took those play teeth that everyone has, but instead of the fangs, it's pencils. But that was pretty cool.
Well, let me ask you before you move to the next one. This is a black under, right?
Looks like it, yeah.
All right. What are your thoughts on a black under?
So I'm mixed. So okay, I come from a collecting background. So
you're heavy green, gray, right?
Well, so for once Major League Baseball changed it from gray under to green under. No, sorry, green under to gray under to black under. For a long time, you couldn't get anything else. So I had no real choice. So I would just get black unders and not really think of it as a thing. But then as I added more like New York people to my circle and spoke to collectors a lot of people opted for green and gray. So I learned to really appreciate green and gray hats because they felt retro and they felt old school. And like to this day, I think green and gray are my go-to hats. But now, kind of designing commercially for Pro Image Colorado and doing more stuff for in-store, I can tell you a lot of people don't care. A lot of people actually prefer black unders. So I know that we preach no black unders, but I don't know. Some people just don't care. Like they don't have that affiliation. And a lot of clinkers don't have a sports background, so they don't really care. And maybe they do think green and gray is boring. So personally, I would rather it not be black, but also I wouldn't care, or I would understand if they were to try to do more black unders just to see if they would sell better. Because at the end of the day, they're not just looking to sell to a very small group of people. So I don't know. I've had to design a lot of black unders recently in the last 6 months and just kind of get over it. But I tend to do more black unders for all black hats. Just keep the whole black hat, the whole hat black. So, yeah, that was a long answer. Sorry.
No, it's good.
Yeah,
I'm pro black under, and
okay.
A lot of early 2.0s had black, and some of them happen to be my favorite. It's not because of the black under. It is, there's no correlation, but like some of my favorites happen to have a black under, and when I wear them, I love it. Like it's cool with me. So, but I can't think of the last hat that's come out the last couple of years that's had a black under. So, and I guess I always thought, do people just really dislike them because like their fingers leave, potentially crumbs, dust, dirt, or whatever? Because the same could be said about the crown, right? So, like, I don't know. I'm pro, so I would like to see a couple every once in a while.
So one negative thing about the black under is that the sweat marks that you kind of leave, like the sweat stains, will show up more on black hat. Like gray, green, it's less whatever. But those same sweat marks you'll get here, you'll get on the side of the hats too. So
right, and I would just wonder too. Everyone's probably a little different. I like wearing mine. I wore mine longboarding today out in the 95-degree heat. But like, are people, clinkers really wearing like? Are they going to subject their favorite hats to that though? Probably not, right?
Probably
not. But
yeah.
So I don't know, but let's get some more in, Casey. Let's get some more in, and I generally like them, and I think the contrast is good, especially if you have fair or tan skin. So yeah, we're getting into the weeds, but
I'm okay discussing it.
Okay.
One thing though, I would combat with the double color. So sometimes when you have a double color, so the same top and same under, it ends up making like visually. I know it's not actual, but it makes the actual size of the visor seem thicker. I don't know if it's like an optical thing where if there's a break, it makes it seem thinner. But I find that if you do like a double green, double blue, double black, whatever, it ends up looking really thick.
Okay.
Yeah. Number 9, larger than life, CBS. He posted a really good progress shot of this too. It's so interesting to watch people's kind of progress and process and kind of like the redrawing, the jigging, and then like sometimes they'll put like cool things in there and then they'll erase them. Like, no, I'll keep that in. And
I know it's interesting.
Other shit, yeah. But yeah, CBS. What do you think?
Yeah, longer than life is a strong pun, and this is, while again not super into the mint crown, this design is so good that I don't know that it matters. Especially doesn't matter for like voting. I would think it wouldn't matter voting wise. I think it's really good. I think the trees are just big enough in his glasses that actually will come out when they're embroidered. I love that he did the hops for the goatee too. Super clever choice. And the hair, just like crazy smart choice. And the beer is at an angle, so you see the other side of the glass. So yeah, this is definitely, you could tell he's got like a strong art background by just some subtle choices. And, sandals and socks is a crime where I'm from, but like, it's cool because he's a beer. And so like, no ill will there, but, and I know it's going like hard dad life and stuff. I think you could have put him in some New Balances, right? To achieve that as well. But, semantics, I think it's really good. It's really strong. And it reminds me kind of those like COD runs with the coffee and such.
Yeah.
But it's also different enough that I don't think it's an issue or anything. So I think it's really good.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know if I love the mint crown. I do like the use of like that dark blue and yellow. I don't know if I love the yellow under, but the dark blue and yellow to me screams Milwaukee Brewers. You think of beer when you think of Milwaukee Brewers. Yeah. So I don't know if that was an intentional thing or not, but still a good thing here. And then he's got like this character, man, just so much personality. He's got the SpongeBob SquarePants thing going for him too. Yeah, like you, I agree. Flip flops and socks will get you shot in most areas, but still a fun piece.
Yeah, go with the navy crown. Just do it the same as the visor, and that like even more stock up in my book.
Yeah, exactly. exactly. I could see like a team using this too, like a minor league theme
Totally,
night or something.
totally got the minor league vibe, no
Yeah,
doubt.
yeah. Great piece for sure. All right, number 10. Herc was a G. Milos. Hercules.
I always title
Hercules.
this. This wasn't the title, right?
I don't know. Let's figure it out.
Yeah,
I feel like he wouldn't pick a title like this, but
pick a title like that after working with him. I feel very strongly about that.
oh well, he just called it Hercules, but to start off the post, he put Hercules was a G. So
okay, all right, yeah. Well, I mean, just like I said, I like a lot of Ryan Simmons stuff. I have a couple in with Milos. I'm a big Milos fan. I think he's just so good. His stuff is very unique. Like, I don't think anyone, unless this is your first week or first month, anyone sees this that you know is Milos. So I think it's awesome. I mean, it's just like so well done. The definition in the dude's body and stuff and details. The lion's pretty subtle and cool on his head. And I think this is a good example of like not getting lost in the sauce in terms of like not including his eyes and everything. Like, don't pick that battle. Like, you know what's under that hood and everything, and it kind of works with the darkness of the design. And obviously, like you had mentioned before, the rendering starts at his torso, so that way he's able to be so much more detailed with what is in there. The colors are really, really like, you know, gray tones and just subtle. So yeah, typical Milos, man. It's really good. I think it's going to vote super well. Will probably sell well, and it's just like a strong piece. This would be one of those kind of no-note vibes, at least for me.
Yeah, super strong piece. He was playing like he's doing advanced color technique here with the black and the shadows, and like you said, just hiding things with the shadows. Like instead of forcing the eyes, he just puts it in the black, and then you're good to go. So yeah, no notes really.
I mean, good hands, right? Let's call it out. Like we're quick to say they're wonky hands or wonky fingers. Like, well, look at these hands and stuff. Like, pretty damn good too. Symmetrical and such, and they're all there and accounted for. So details.
Yeah, that's one of the first things I look for.
I know.
You have the same number of digits on each hand, because that's usually a sign of robotic aid sometimes. But yeah. Good choices. Good design all around. Good job, Milos. Number 11, Nacho helmet. Clinker Leaf here is continuing his kind of like ballpark snacks tour. So he started with the Sunday. Now he's moved on to nachos. Next, who knows? Maybe this dude made out of some Franks and some hot dogs.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now we're on nachos.
Like a Chicago dog getting blown up, right? With all of
yeah, with all the different vegetables and stuff.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty wild. I thought Sunday helmet was just so unique and done so well. I will say I'm not a big 2-panel hat guy, regardless of color. I can't. I don't think I own one. But I did send the Sunday helmet to the group chat, and I was like, "Yo, am I crazy? Or like, this is so good. I feel like you just kind of have to go for it. The colors are perfect. It's really fun. It would be hard as hell to match with the Sunday one, but it was pushed back. I'll say I got some mad pushback, but they're so fun. And I hit him up too, and I was like, "This is so good, dude." So this is another cool iteration, a cool follow-up piece. Yeah, the colors are a bit light for me. I'd love to see something maybe a little dark, if in the royal blue, maybe even like a darker blue or something, and on his hat and stuff to pop with the orange, because it feels pretty light overall looking at it, but really good and so like clever, like so unique. It's really fun. Clink has been around for so long. I know sometimes it's hard to maybe put something out there that feels like really different. This just screams, minor league different. Like, to me, this feels so unique and cool. So he should be really stoked and proud of how good these look. So hopefully this gets a chance, because it'd be really cool to see them both like get that follow-up piece. And then let's keep it going. What else could he do?
Cotton candy, probably.
Oh yeah, totally, right? Yeah.
Peanuts.
Cracker Jacks.
Sunflower seeds, Cracker Jacks, yeah. Unlimited options for them, but yeah.
Totally.
Cool piece for sure. Initially didn't understand what this was. Almost looks like some like gears.
5? Is it a 5?
On a car. Huh?
What is it?
Oh, it's an NH.
Oh. I just saw 5, like the tally, like 1, 2, 3, 4 slash.
Yeah, but it's an NH nacho helmet.
Yeah, now.
I keep thinking this guy's Nacho Man. Like a macho man. Yeah. Nacho Man.
His mustache kind of reminds me of like Snorlax kind of vibes. I couldn't see that when I looked at it first.
Right. Yeah. But cool series. Yeah. Interesting to see what he does to expand it. I would just throw on some other potential things, maybe some onions or green peppers or some salsa, maybe. But other than that, I think this is a fun piece, and the Sunday one made it to the shop, so hopefully he does like this ballpark tour.
Are you gonna go for it? You gonna get the Sunday? You're a big baseball guy. You gonna get the Sunday helmet?
I think so. So, especially if he makes this a series.
Yeah.
Like if he goes and I know you don't really get cotton candy in a helmet, but that'd be a cool character. I think it's like all stuff you can buy in a helmet. So that might limit him maybe, but
just do a concession series.
Yeah. We don't gotta overthink it. But good job, Leaf. Number 12, Darwining. I know that he posted some stuff in the Discord too, so kind of new to his work here. So I'm gonna pull up his profile and kind of look what he did before. But what are your thoughts on this?
Okay. Yeah, I dig the colors. The colors work really pretty well, but work in a good way together. Pretty cohesive. One of those where I maybe don't understand the action around it, like the lines and such. And then I'm sure you're gonna tell me more about like what it is and stuff. Having like yourself having an anthropology background and stuff, I am very aware of Darwinism and Darwin, but it looks like he's playing a specific sport, and then I'm guessing that bandana is a specific flag that's just not coming to mind for me. So wherever this creature is from, but I don't know what sport that is he's playing and such. So this is one of those ones where I don't know if people are really going to if it's going to vote super well, just because it seems like there's a lot of specifics in there. So I think it's well done probably for what it is, but I would need to look up the story and everything, which is cool and fine, but maybe initially someone might not get it. But I think it's done well. I think it's cool. It's fun. I don't know enough about it.
Yeah, so it's his Darwin's frog from the temperate forest of southern Chile, playing Palin, the traditional game of the Mapuche people. The frog wears a headband decorated with the colors of the Winafoye flag, honoring the Mapuche culture and heritage. So it is a cool piece. It is an educational piece. Yeah, like you, I do worry that it's too niche and people won't understand it. At its core, though, it is a cool looking piece. It looks like it's playing almost hockey, right? It looks like it's like almost like a hockey game. Obviously, the puck is different, and stuff like that. But it is like a kind of like a familiar stance and pose. But yeah, I like you. I do worry that it is too niche. But at its core, it's a cool looking piece for sure. Yeah, and just kind of scanning their profile. Looks like one of their. Oh no, they've done some submissions back in January. So
yeah, I gotta look them up. I've never heard of them.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of T-shirts, some beer designs, some like beer can designs and stuff like that. So cool, different, some different art involved, like T-shirts and stuff like that. So real rad artist. He might be from Toronto too, randomly. Seeing a lot of Toronto stuff. Logos, artwork, merch, posters, packaging, layout, and signage. So, cool entry. Number 13, Le'Veon Rose. Jake playing homage to a good Edith Piaf track. Check that out if you haven't. But Le'Veon Rose. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, this is really good. This is not a hat colorway that I would just, it's not an everyday wear probably if it gets made, but extremely specific specific, beautiful. I love the geometric play, like all the different light sources that make it seem etched or beveled. So super dope, like art wise, and very attractive, like a really cool piece. There's parts of it that I don't know if you just had that on a hat, if the average person would see rose, but us knowing it and looking at it and stuff, I think it's awesome. I think it's really cool. I know Jake was super stoked on it, so I really hope it does well. He keeps plugging away and everything, so I really think that's dope of him and stuff. So I think it's very attractive. Like I do gravitate to this. I like it. I definitely vote for it. I think they'd probably change the colorway if it got in right. It's a little too specific to Valentine's Day, or that vibe. But I like it. I think it's cool. There's some really cool tricks in here. Good job, Jake.
Yeah, this is like a real smooth piece. I think I would want to see this either on a black or really, really dark kind of crimson red, maybe potentially, or even like a beige would work. Just to let the contrast kind of stand out, so you can see the rose itself. Kind of got this style. I don't know if it's influenced by, or I know he didn't invent it, but like it reminds me of like a Raphael piece. I mean, he's done a couple like Panthers, and I think Kong's kind of like gemmed out like this. So not the first, but not the last. But it just reminds me of Raphael. This is what familiar to us, what we've seen, use this kind of style. But yeah, definitely a cool piece. But I would opt to want to see this on a different color crown, just so that you can really enjoy what it is.
Yeah.
Hopefully they get the right thread colors, maybe make some of them more metallic, and with the white, you use like a super bright white too, and just kind of one of those that you can kind of feel too, and just kind of like have all the different edges, and some of it's more raised than others. Like I think they would do a great job at broader.
Yeah, like Diamond Kong came out really good.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Number 14, Buenos Biscuits with Hang 10. The most the most lazy surfer out there, I guess. But we got a sloth surfing. Never thought you'd see the day, but cool piece nonetheless. What are your thoughts?
I think it's Todd too.
Oh, Todd Maisie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, cool. I remember him posting this in the Bison group. So I think it's Buenos and him. But just to give a little nod, yeah, like I think it's a cool, fun character. I don't know why we keep getting mint crowns, you and I on this episode, but
it's like sometimes Casey, I feel like he looks for certain colors.
Yeah.
And then like in the week, you're like, damn, there was a lot of whatever gray in that week or whatever. But yeah, mint is like on this week for sure.
Yeah, well, that stinks for me. I'm not big mint, I'm a big mint guy, but I think the design is fun. It's cute. Yeah, it looks like something like a cartoon I would have grew up watching or something. But I think the mint is cohesive with the other blues and the beige or brown in the sloth and stuff too. So I do think it's dulling it out a little bit. Whereas again, yeah, I might want something that makes it a little pop. And again, we keep saying black or graphite or stuff, but that's just because we're getting some pretty bright colors and otherwise and such. So I wanted to play off something better like that. But no, it's fun. He's got his little scrawny arms, big nails and such. I don't think it matters because his foot is obviously on the other side of the board, but I think it does maybe look a teeny bit odd just ending like that. I would, even though we know what it's doing, just for the artist or the public's sake, maybe have his foot visible or something.
Yeah, move it a little bit more back.
Yeah, connect that piece. Or his foot could just be on the surfboard, right? Like his nails could be on the end, just like his hand is on the other side. So that would be my only feedback. I think the top of the wave is okay too, but it's very clear what he's doing and it's fun and stuff. So it's got some cool stuff going for it.
Yeah, definitely a fun piece. I just feel like he might need to make some more creative ways to kind of start and finish where the kind of like the water starts and finishes, and top is kind of a little too simple. But in terms of concept, I think it's a fun concept. I think it's funny. the kind of like the irony of like a sloth having to surf is kind of funny and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely a cool piece for sure. Moving forward, we got Prey, Flanagan. I believe this is a Wolverine, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look it up.
It
So
is.
It is okay. Cool.
It is, because this is like third or fourth iteration of this.
Mm-hmm.
He's like really harping on this one to get in. So good luck, dude. Like, I know this one, he wants this one bad. So, and it's cool. It's super dope. He's got a bunch of like kind of fierce animal series like this. And I think whether intentionally or not, he's got a lot of like snow, series, like battling through the snow, like Prairie Storm comes to mind. And then he had the wolf one, was also moving through the snow.
Yep.
So I think this is really cool. I think it's fierce looking and everything. It's got the highlights and the nails, look super sharp. His teeth, the nice red accent plays off really well with that under. And yeah, I mean, maybe just like a teeny bit more separation from his brown fur and like the beige thing that he's planted on would help it, but like super minor, like nitpicky. I think it's strong, and I hope it does well. I think it's cool.
It's a cool piece. It just suffers, I think, a little bit from the animal choice. Like, I know Wolverine's vicious, strong, whatever, but it's kind of like in the same vein of like mongoose and what's the other African animal that can't be killed and goes crazy. It gets bit by what is it? It's not a mongoose, but let me think of the animal. But either way,
talking about like a honey badger or something.
Honey badger, yeah. Okay, sorry. Honey badger, mongoose, Wolverine, Tasmanian devil, like all these things. Their kind of story is bigger than what they look like, So that's what kind of holds this one back. Like even though like something like a wolf or a cheetah or something's never really killed humans, but they're so vicious and they have such cool imagery. It's very hard to make like a mongoose or Wolverine or a Tasmanian devil like look cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, without a pun or something.
Yeah, or even like a mongoose. Like you look at a mongoose, like yeah, whatever. But then when you see it like kill a cobra, or eat a head of a cobra, like holy crap, So that's kind of the thing. Like sometimes your subject matter, like you got to play with stuff. What am I trying to say? It's like you want to pick a character that you can use their image and their likeness to your ability, even though that they are like vicious and they are, like a strong character. It's just like a lot of people see that and like they're not thinking, oh, that's a Wolverine, or they might look at that and they might think it's a bear. You're almost better off going as a bear or a bobcat or a cougar or like something. I don't know. I'm not trying to shame the Wolverine because I know it's strong and stuff, but it's just not one of those things you see and like, oh my god, it's a Wolverine. So
I think everything you said makes sense, and I think to the casual that probably resonates. Everything you're saying too. I know you probably appreciate animals like similar to me and stuff, and like I kind of want to I want like the index, like I want all.
Yeah, you want the underdog for sure.
Underdog and like I want them all. Like I want different types represented and stuff. So everything you said makes sense, and I think additionally it makes sense to try to go for instance, when Milos and I had the Spirit Baron, and those are super not well known, and that ours may not have like told that story, of course, and stuff too. But that's like a good example of like where a lot of people maybe not know them, or if they see a big white bear, whatever they think, polar bear, whatever it is. But I almost feel like what I told Milos, because he said the same thing, like man, everyone knows what this is and stuff. I'm like, let's tell them. So then I think the opposite. Like, let's get it out there, and then more people will know. That's not your argument here with the Wolverine, but I hear what you're saying. Like, its boldness is maybe hard to capture.
Right.
Design on a hat. I totally hear you. Yeah.
Number 16, Fearless X-Ray. Rafael, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, this original, like follow up on the original with the Doberman pinchers and stuff makes too much sense. I think that one did pretty well, if I remember correctly. So why not X-ray version? Yeah, I can't. I don't have the Doberman Pinscher's anatomy, skull by memory. So I feel like it looks pretty accurate, I would say. It's cool that he kept the collars in, because otherwise I think it would have been not enough on its own, maybe.
Right.
It still has a little accent piece and such. Yeah, I don't feel like there would be too much to feedback here. It's literally the X-ray version of that, and so maybe that'll be too simplistic for some people. But if you liked the original, then it would make sense to me to like this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you too. Like, even if it's not super accurate to the anatomy of the dog, it's still detailed enough that it's believable.
Yeah.
Kept the same silhouette. Yeah, no crazy notes for him. Just, yeah, if you like the original one, I think this one's pretty cool. So,
yeah. Maybe just do a different button, man. Come on. Like, let's just, maybe just a different button. It's so
dark.
Right?
Yeah. But yeah, cool.
Good job, Raphael.
Good, cool piece for sure. All right. Number 17, Jorogomo. Creature and Josh Voles got together. This is crazy. We got the little Black Widow at the top too. What are your thoughts here?
Y'all don't have Black Widows in Toronto, right?
No.
Yeah. They're really prevalent where I'm from, in SoCal.
Okay.
Pretty scary. Yeah, pretty scary.
Have you ever gotten bitten by one?
No, but my grandfather was bitten by a brown recluse on his stomach.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Texas, and it ate away like a huge chunk of skin in his stomach. So he had this crazy scar. So yeah, but we had to really watch them like for our pets and stuff. And they would always like hide in our garage, like in the corners of our garage, especially during like fall when it got drier and stuff, where I'm from anyway. So gnarly things, dude. And that hourglass is definitely a legit thing. Like, it is extremely on point. Like, it is a definitive hourglass. So, yeah, I mean, this is wild, dude. I talk about, like skulls and horror and stuff not really being my bag. This is pretty horrifying. So if they accomplished that, Josh obviously has this style down to a T, man. He can make the wildest, scariest stuff. So it's cool. Got the 8 eyes. I don't know if is that like a web on top that's like he's just whatever this is dangling a Black Widow. Like, that's how badass this thing is. It plays around with one. Yeah. Okay. So I like how the webs are in between the legs on some of those pieces. Like, that was a cool touch, just to like throw in there for more like accent pieces and such, more impossible for embroidery and everything. So yeah, not something I would probably go out of my way to get just like style wise, but Josh is so good at what he does. It's so, like, again, and as long as you weren't a casual, you would look at this without any name or anything, and you know exactly who did it. Maybe not who collabed, but you know exactly who did it.
They might have submitted this one direct, because I don't see any posts for this.
Oh, okay.
Their last one I see 3.0 back in April for Bug Week. But yeah, this is a cool piece. The 3.0 version had the spider, but it wasn't a Black Widow, so I do like that change.
For sure.
The one thing that they did take away was like this kind of silver outline, so you can kind of see the silhouette of the spider a little bit better. It kind of gets lost on this hat. It's so dark. I almost would want to see this on like a gray crown if they're going to take away that kind of outline.
Mm-hmm.
But what a crazy character. So okay, go back to the Wolverine thing. Even if you don't know what this is, it just looks badass, So this is a Jorogomo, a haunting figure from Japanese folklore known as the Binding Bride or Entangled Woman. She appears as a striking lady, luring wanderers to her lair, only to reveal her true form, a monstrous spider waiting to feast. So even if you don't know all that, you can see it. It does look like a badass character. So
yeah,
shout out to the guys.
Yeah, good job.
Piece. Moving forward, number 18. Know when to go. This is a Watango, right? So it's kind of like a play on that, I believe. Matt Bells and Whistles, continuing his like little guy in fucked up situation series. I don't even know what to call it, but it's always like this guy's just getting in trouble all the time.
Yeah, SOL for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is cool. These colors are, see, like this is really complimentary. I don't know if that's mint, but like this works for me, like when it's more the accent.
Right.
So I think this colorway is really smooth and not something we see very often, but works well together. Yeah, I've seen his series pieces like this. There's one in the shop now and stuff. So very unique. Definitely not something that comes to mind in terms of a series before. And yeah, dude, if you dig like monsters or horror, sci-fi kind of fantasy vibes, this is definitely should be your bag. Whatever that is yeah, like got a lot of definition to it. And I like the silhouette on the little person. So you could just tell enough like what that is and stuff.
Yeah.
So that come out thicker, I think, when it's embroidered and stuff, look pretty cool. But yeah, I think it makes sense where that mint outline stops, you know, because he's going into the darkness, that direction and such. Initially, that stood out to me, but yeah, now studying more closely, that makes sense. So, I mean, yeah, wild, but cool for what it is, for sure.
Yeah, he's in like this is like the 5th of 6, kind of like the SOL series. Started with the dragon, then got like this 8-eyed monster, snakes, and with Rattling Nightmare, which hit the shop with some small edits. I love the edits that they did do for that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one, Wendigo, and then the last one is like some crazy mummy character. But yeah, I love the series. You just drop the whole series on us, like boom. Here you go. I love it. Yeah, this is a cool piece, and like you, this is the right amount of mint, man. This is like not overpowering. It's used as an under and a highlight color. Beautiful piece. Yeah, I feel like he could be like a sci-fi game writer or something, or a comic book artist too. So really, really strong art from Matt. Then we got 19. Hold the Fort. Eklund Leaf is back with us here at Gons this time. This kind of like Norse, Celtic, Viking, Ouroboros almost. Dragon. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, it's really good. Like I said, when the symmetrical pieces are done well, I think they look really strong to me. These are like perfect color choices for contrast that like help the design and help like pieces of it stand out. I think it's really good, and I think that now this might be so good that it might not matter, but obviously this is pretty niche. But I think enough people gravitate to like you said, to Norse and then, or if you just like a strong image, it's swords, right, or axes on a shield. So great color choice. I'm sure there's a cool story. I saw this and liked it, but I remember the story. But yeah, I think it's really good. It's really strong. Probably strong enough on its own that you probably don't even care about the exact region or mythology. So I think it's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it just pays homage to the Viking shield. Basically, like that kind of tactic they use to just form like a shield wall and move forward. Yeah, just a really cool piece. I like it. Hold the Fort. Number 20, Pinball Whiz, Soundwave. I believe this is like a 2.0, if I'm not mistaken. But the original was definitely, I thought the original one was strong enough to go to the shop. Good to see this one back. But what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think it's really good. I think we have a lot of designs, it seems like, that have this kind of batter stance with different objects and such. And maybe not all of them make a lot of sense to me, but this is one that makes sense and it's fun. Super unique. Looks like that's a metallic button, which is
metallic silver.
Yeah, which is cool with the probably with the flipper and the ball. Hopefully the beard too. So like I can see this one embroidered and done really well and fun as like an arcade dude and stuff, and pinball. I like pinball machines and stuff. I would definitely get this. So a great color choice, great contrast, everything pops. I hope this gets in. This is really cool and fun, and I think that he did a good job with this.
Yeah. So he originally submitted this one back in March. So,
this version or 1.0?
The 1.0. The 1.0.
Okay.
So the 2.0 was submitted kind of more recently.
Mm-hmm.
Not a tremendous amount of change, but like I said earlier, man, I thought this was good enough to go back when he originally had it. So I can dig it. Yeah, he posted this one about a week ago. I like it. I like the fact that it's like the little whatever you call it, piece of the pinball machine. Yeah, the flipper thing. He's using that as a bat. I like the touch of the metallic button to kind of emulate the marble or the ball, the pinball. Yeah, cool piece. Pinball whiz. I like it. All right, and we will be moving on to the challenge of the week. So, for all the trolls out there and for all the people that want to claim they don't watch a show but still watch a show and still want to talk, we're having a week for you. So, challenge of the week, troll week, was a challenge that I picked. Casey didn't pick it, so we got the keyboard warrior at the corners. So we got the key the knight made out of the keys, breaking the keyboard, and then we got this kind of like gatekeeper troll guarding the bridge kind of character. So give me your ugliest, nastiest trolls. That's your troll of the week challenge prompt from me, and yeah, hopefully we'll see some cool stuff.
Yeah, get clever with it too, like to take on the keyboard warrior or something, or there's room there to play with that's maybe less obvious but fun too. Doesn't have to be straight troll, right? Like be creative. Let's see you dig under the surface here. I like that knight slashing the keyboard. Like that's cool.
Yeah. I thought that was funny. And then gatekeeper and all kind of different things you can do with that. But yeah, Adam, man, appreciate you taking the time out to spend with us this week, and it was a lot of fun.
It's gotten really dark here since
all of a sudden.
All right. Okay, there we go. Yeah, no, of course, man. Thanks for having me. Shout out to, like we discussed, Jason Joka in Toronto, Southpaws.
Yes, sir.
Come back.
We need him back.
Try to get him on. Let's reel him back in. He's got 3 hats only, but they're pretty strong. So let's see if we can lure him back. But shout out to Toronto. I wore this in homage to you. It's a daily wear for me. It's a strong one. It's a cool one. Shout out to Ben Waltz for sending it my way. But yeah, man, thanks for having me. It's always fun.
All right. Where can people connect with you? I know you started a more hat-centric page, so let's give that one a shout out. Where can people connect with you?
Okay, yeah, cool. I just started one just to be more hat heavy and stuff. Not to dissuade any of my friends from high school or college or anything like that, but it's just easier. That one's strictly like fitted community and stuff, so don't have to explain myself or anything, and I could just post away and really spam it for the homies and for Clink and stuff. So that's Caps and Dogs, just like cats and dogs with a P, Caps and Dogs. So yeah, I'm usually now kind of more active on there with respect to Clink for sure. And then my older pieces are on my older profile, Adam_Gil1. But connecting wise, however, man, like in the Facebook buy sell trade group or on IG, either way, man. Hit me up.
Perfect, man. Like I mentioned earlier, you're a great influence and a great positive member of the Clink community. So I had to have you back. So
I appreciate that.
For Adam and Leo, we're out of here. Have a great week, y'all.
Later, guys.
Peace.
Eternal damnation. You're at the end of the world as you know it, my dude. Time is up and you out of mood, so what will you do? It's the BP mercenaries not here to